Hey everyone. So today I want to talk about what are the realities of life after school and graduating. So I just thought I'd do this because, it's been a few months after school, well, more than a few months after I graduated. And I just kind of want to document what it's been like, how I'm approaching it, what I'm currently doing, and how you can approach it if you're in the same situation or whatever. I mean, everyone has to go through this stage in life if you go through school. And yeah, so I just want to talk about it, what I've done, how I'm approaching my mentality, my psychology, all that stuff, okay? So first of all, I just want to kind of go over like the reality of it. So people get this false assumption that once you graduate, you're going to be living this really good life. It's like, yeah, it's all good. I'm like chilling myself, yeah. But the reality is, when you're this age, you don't have much money, right? You're just working at a little job at McDonald's or a side job. And the reality of life is you need a lot of money to really be fully independent, to be able to do what you want, all this kind of stuff. And people think, oh yeah, once school's done, oh yeah, I can do whatever the hell I want. But that's really not the case, because you got no money. You don't have much liberty to do much when you don't got no money. So you have to be conscious of saving. And the most you're going to be doing is go out on the weekend having a drink, and then that's just blowing all your money in your bank account. So that's unwise to do that. You want to be saving, you want to be smart, because you got to think about the future too, right? So, and a lot of people do this, they create this false illusion that they're living such a good life, when in reality they're just draining their $100 bank account. Now that's not a very wise thing to do, I would say, from my opinion. Now, the reality is, you're not going to be living that sort of independent lifestyle that you think, unless you do something that's going to give you a lot of money, right? Now, in life, getting money is pretty damn hard. Like, people say, people don't say anything, but it's a lot harder than people think. There's only a few ways you can do it. You can not waste your time, but you can work a job, and that's just trading your hours for time. Well, I mean, everything is like that, but probably less than what you'd, get doing another thing. And then there's doing a business, which is pretty much impossible at this age, because you've got no industry experience or anything like that. Or you're some magic whiz and you learn the currency markets, and you're a profitable trader or whatever. Now, the reality is that's not the case. You're just going to be a McDonald's worker or a retail worker at university, getting a college degree, getting in debt to get a job, to then live that life that your parents lived, the exact same life on repeat. Now that's just the reality for most people, and that's how it's going to be. Probably I'm going to be the same too, most likely. I mean, I'm not going to have any wild expectations of how my life is going to play out, but I obviously have a plan of how I want it to play out. And there's a few characteristics of a good life which I can define for myself. And that would be the ability to travel when I want, the ability to meet new people, the ability to be financially free and not have to think about my finances. Not like be insanely rich, but just have some more money that I don't have to really consciously think about it. Because I know that a lot of people have to think about their finances a lot, and it takes a toll on you. Now, obviously, it's a bit, I don't want to be like saying this because I live in a fortunate country, and it'd be a bit silly for me to say that. I'm not unfortunate, which I'm very fortunate to be in Australia too. So, either way, we have it I have it good. I have it decently. My parents are pretty decently in good financial state, so we're pretty good like that. But especially in this economic climate where the inflation is to the moon, and then you've got wages that haven't really increased, so you're kind of just sitting in this level where, it's really hard to get ahead just within anything, right? So what would I say to people that are coming out of school with all these big dreams that they're gonna crush this and make it? The reality is you're not going to do that. The reality is what you should really do is sit down with a notebook, brainstorm what you want in your life and how you're going to logically achieve it. Because one thing is to have a dream, but without the logical application of how you're going to get there, there's no point even having the dream. It's a useless dream. Okay? Now, dreaming is good, having a goal is good, but you need to have that direction and understanding of how you're going to get there. That doesn't mean you have an exact plan. It means you know the basic layout of how you're going to do it. Now, for me, what I've currently done is I've taken logical steps to learn about money. So I've just been watching, okay, I'll just go quick back for a second. I'm currently on a gap year. So I've taken 1 year before I go to university. I'm currently on a farm, as you can see. This is our family farm. But we have a house in the city, so I'll be going back there by myself in about 6 weeks time, right? So I've been here for about a bit under a year. We've just been helping out. I've been helping out the family. I've been learning. I've been forcing myself to learn. Obviously I don't really want to. No, like, you know, no one wants to do hard stuff. Like, learning new stuff is pretty hard, you know what I mean? No one really wants to do that. But you gotta force yourself, you gotta be disciplined. It's like going to the gym. You gotta kind of force yourself to do it, you know what I mean? So, right now, what my personal thing I've done is, I'm interested in like finances, currency markets, forex, cryptocurrency, all that stuff. Now, I know that this is not gonna get you rich quick unless you roll your money into one thing and it moons, but most chances is it's gonna just tank, right? So what I've done is I just started the basics. You gotta think realistic. I've learned what is money, how does money work, how do the governments control money, what's inflation, what's interest, what's blah, blah, blah. Everything about money, right? I've also forced myself to learn fundamental analysis, which is understanding how stocks work, current companies, layouts, this and that, the whole works. And then along with that, technical analysis, which a lot of people say technical analysis does not work, but I can assure you it does, but it's extremely difficult to do. But I would not advise the average person doing it because it takes so much mental power to do it, and it's so tiring. But I'm interested in it, so I've just done that, and I've been able to pick some really good moves. I'll show you some snippets here. On Twitter, I've just got some. These are my recent kind of trades I've taken. So yeah. Anyway, that's besides the point. The point of this is about the philosophy behind my thinking and whatever. So I've applied myself in this aspect, and you have to pick a route. Otherwise, you're just going to be. You can't have many like outlets. You have to have a few things which you're going to do, and you have to stick by them. Otherwise, you're not going to get good at anything. You can't tell. I've never seen a successful person who is good at everything. Most successful people pick like one or two things and they just do them repeatedly until they're good at it. And that's really how I think you gotta approach it, because otherwise how are you gonna get good at something if you don't do that? You're just gonna be the jack of all trades, but you're gonna be at a level which, are you even useful at this point? So you gotta select something. Now that same philosophy is used with like doing a course. You select the course or being a doctor and you stick by that for 8 years. Think about that. And then by the time you're done, you know all about it. And then now you're an expert in that field. So it's about committing your time to something which is going to be worthwhile for you. And you got to think, what are your goals? What are your what do you want in life? See, some people may not even want financial freedom to the level that I think would be good. And that's completely fine. Everyone has their own different understanding of how they want to live. And some people want to be hippies. Some people want to be this and that. That's perfectly fine. You got to adjust your life around to how you want to live your life. And now out of school, and it's really hard being a young person to try and understand, because you have limited knowledge about how the world works, and you know, this and that. Especially when you haven't lived on your own, you're not independent. You're not the one paying the bills. You're just kind of living off your parents. Maybe you're paying board to your parents. I don't know. But you know, for me, I'm in a fortunate position where I don't have to pay board. Obviously next year when I go to the house myself, my house in the suburbs, I'll have to pay like some of the electricity bills and so on. This is a little fee to be there, just to help out the family, you know, because I'll be working. I think I'm going to get a retail job, and then I'm just going to try and get some job in the IT field, because I'm going to be doing a computer science degree, which I'm already enrolled in for. So that's going to be cool, and I'm just going to see where that takes me. I have no idea. And the thing about life is you really have no idea what's going to happen, because I don't even know. I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. I don't know what the future's going to bring. I have no idea what's going to happen. And that's something you have to embrace. You have no idea what's going to happen, but you have to have a plan, because without a plan, you're not going to have any idea, and you're going to be completely clueless. So you have to have some basic understanding of what's going to happen. Otherwise, you're just a little feather in the wind, you know what I mean? And you can't be a feather in the wind, because you're not going to get anywhere. And it's just a human instinct to want to progress and move forward in life. And I think if you're young, the time is to act now. The time is to act now with what you want to do. Commit yourself to something. Be disciplined. Don't waste your money. Don't go out partying every day. You don't need to do that. Have a little bit of fun here and there. It's fine. But you have to be disciplined in what you do. And you have to be smart. You have to use your brain. Because the brain is a very valuable asset, and you have to use it to your advantage. Especially if you know what you're doing. It's crucial. Because if you don't, you're just going to live a very standard life. And that's fine, I'm not saying a standard life is bad, but for those of you who don't want to live a standard life, you know, just a typical standard life of just retiring at 60 and then probably dying the next year, like, I don't know. For me, I don't really want that. But, you know, obviously I can't control what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. Maybe that is the case. I don't know. But you gotta try at least, right? Like, life's about giving it a go, giving it a try. And if it doesn't work, it doesn't work. But at least you know you tried, okay? Now, I know it sounds very cliche saying that, but it's the case. It's just how it is. Now, this is coming from a young person saying it, so obviously don't take everything too, you know, real. But this is my current outlook on how I'm approaching life. And if I'd like to know yours, so just leave a comment down below. And if this video helped one or two people, that is great. And I just want to tell you guys just to keep pushing forward. Life's about that. Think about, you know, go pick something too. Also, exercise too. Make sure you commit yourself to like exercise. Exercise helps your mind, your body, and your soul. Now, that's what I've been doing every day. Just if it's either a run or it's lifting weights or something, it builds your frame up, makes you stronger, especially if you're a guy. It's really good for you too. Get your testosterone going. And yeah, just eat good, work out, get your goals ready, get a vision board going, and live your life and enjoy it, because you're gonna be dead. That's a guarantee. We're all gonna be dead relatively soon in the span of time. So we're on this earth for a little blink of time, and we're gonna be dead before we know it. So you might as well just give it a go. Especially if you live in a good country where you have opportunities, don't waste them, because a lot of people would jump at those opportunities and really want to take them up. And you got to think, like, that's a waste of opportunity if you just waste it doing something stupid like playing Fortnite every day. So like, don't waste your time doing stupid stuff. It's fine when you're a little kid, like whatever, but once you get to these years, like I'm 18, once you get to this age, probably pack away the games, probably do something a bit more productive than that. You know what I mean? And yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Just let me know if you enjoyed it, because it's a bit of a rant, but I hope it helps someone at least. Anyway, I'll catch you guys next time. I might do like a workout video or something like that. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy. Catch you later.